In a recent pentest experiment, 87.8% of vulnerability exploits bypassed hosting providers' built-in firewalls and security solutions. But what does that actually mean in practice? Let's break it down. Traditional web application firewalls, like those bundled with hosting providers, or even well-known players like Cloudflare, were designed to block generic malicious traffic. For example, in the cases of Cloudflare, this even includes things like DDoS attacks, brute force attempts, and bots. And they're pretty great at that. But the most dangerous security issues are known exploited vulnerabilities, or KEVs, in the application layer. Static firewall rules just aren't designed to handle these. That's where Patchstack RapidMitigate is different. Instead of waiting for signatures to be updated or relying on generic rule sets, RapidMitigate deploys mitigation rules to protect sites against being exploited the moment a vulnerability is discovered. Let's take a look at how they compare. So first off, we have traditional firewalls. That'll usually be Cloudflare or another general-purpose web application firewall. They focus mainly on volumetric attacks, so that means DDoS attempts, brute force, and generic injection patterns. Their rules are updated manually or in bulk, which means there's always a lag. And critically, they can't protect against vulnerabilities in your application layer. Now, with Patchstack RapidMitigate, it covers vulnerabilities in your application layer, including plugins and themes specifically. Targeted mitigation rules are delivered automatically, so there's no waiting around for a vendor update. And it does this all while still not making any changes to application code in order to secure sites from being exploited. So if your website or your hosting infrastructure relies solely on traditional firewalls alone, you're only solving part of the problem. Research into the security measures in place at hosting providers has shown that 87.8% of real-world attempts to exploit vulnerabilities will be successful. That is, of course, in cases without Patchstack RapidMitigate. The experiment tested 11 real WordPress plugin vulnerabilities across 5 different hosting environments, well-known companies with commonly used security configurations. In 87.8%, back to that golden number, the hosting provider's defenses across the network, firewall, and server layers failed. The exploits got past them and reached Patchstack. Some hosts, firewall, and security solutions that claim they patch vulnerabilities blocked 0 vulnerabilities. And even in the best case, a site behind Cloudflare and a hosting firewall, only 4 out of 11, that makes 36.36%, were stopped, meaning around 64% of exploits still made it through. The experiment made it clear. This is not that there's just always some latent risk. It shows a clear capability gap. Traditional pattern-based firewalls, and even those that claim to provide virtual patching, were simply incapable of stopping regular vulnerability exploits. Vulnerabilities can't be generically protected due to the fact that they are application-specific flaws that enable exploiting logic, privilege escalation, access control paths, and behavior that generic web application firewalls are not built to even see. Meanwhile, RapidMitigate is engineered exactly for this layer. It combines software composition analysis to detect what plugins and themes exist and their versions, so mitigation can be deployed only when required, significantly reducing false positives. Traditional regex-based approaches must apply broad rules network-wide, creating performance drag and false positives. RapidMitigate avoids both. Even in an extreme case of 100 active vulnerabilities, processing 100 rules just adds fractions of a millisecond. Threat intelligence, prioritization, and our own research through the Patchstack Alliance, which enables us to know which vulnerabilities are actually being exploited. And then, context-aware mitigation rules are automatically generated and deployed only to the affected sites, without touching application code. Session-level visibility allows RapidMitigate to factor in authentication states and other prerequisites, activating a mitigation rule only when conditions for exploitation are actually met. Patchstack RapidMitigate is here to help you close that gap. If you want to put your infrastructure to the test today, learn more and request an audit at patchstack.com.